Hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy IX with me, Matthew Caddis, aka Puggy. So today we're going to be exploring Fossil Roo and eventually make our way over to the, dare I say it, the, I don't know if it was the Forgotten Continent or the other one. No, the Forgotten Continent's on the next disc, so it's not on this one. But the unexplored continents that seemingly will prove fruitful to stopping Kuja. So that being said, the whole thing with the gargants here is that we have to feed them flowers. Yes, seriously. And they're also afraid of water. That's another thing to note. So yeah, I don't know how Zidane can ride those things without throwing up, if you ask me, but never mind. The other thing of note is how this works, because this is also an excavation site, so take note of that for as well, because you can actually find some things as well, including a hidden Moogle, which I will be doing actually. I'll also buy some stuff from Stillskin here, how he got here. Nobody knows because nobody tells me. So I'm gonna save and then we'll go on our merry way, I think. After saving a bit. And yes, this does use the Gargant room music as well. It does get a tad annoying here. I'm surprised I didn't use the Mog Shop, but never mind. Or maybe I did. And apparently, Kupo, I don't know, because a Moogle that says Kupo is part of their thing, really. And you can buy some items from the Mog Shop as well, most notably some more anointments, which of course will help with the abomination enemies in this dungeon, of course. Yeah, that would be a very good thing to use, really. Maybe a few potions as well, just in case. And if you have the guild, maybe a few tents, just if you need to heal. Speaking of which, I'll use one now. Seriously, because I'll probably need to use it sooner or later, so I might as well use it now. And then go through the dungeon itself. Now, the first of... there's an excavation site and everything. Steal them? No. Okay, Outer Continent, that's it. The Forgotten Continent is the other one, but... yeah, we kind of saw about the Gargants earlier, so take note of that. That is a lever we will have to pull in a moment in order to deal with the thing. So that's the number 2 switch there. As I say, each of them redirects the Gargant because of their aforementioned fear of water. So let's go down here and pick a flower. Yeah, I'm surprised they are growing abundantly. Yeah, flowers don't grow in the slums, but they grow pretty well inside this cave. Yeah, that was really weird. Even more so, speaking of flowers, I mean, it looks even bigger in the Final Fantasy VII Remake for that, which I'm directly referencing there. But here's a switch here. This is the number 1 switch. Pulling this one will redirect the Gargant towards the right. Now, if you do want to get the hidden items in the excavation site, which I said I want to uncover the Moogle that's hidden in there, just so I can get somewhere to save, of course, closer to the exit. So yeah. Well, never mind that. Let's go through here. And as you can see, because of the water, it goes down the right-hand path and lands us here. Anything here? Well, let's see. Because we have a bit of a fork in the road. You can actually see a treasure chest up there. So I'm going to reroute myself and... Reroute myself? What the hell? Make myself go the other way and get the... What is in there? An ether. Not bad, not bad. Especially since we still can't buy them yet. Seriously. Ethers are very hard to come by. At this stage, they were already readily available in shops in Final Fantasy VII. In Final Fantasy VIII, they didn't exist because we just had GFs and everything. I suppose we did have MP, I suppose, so that isn't exclusively No, it was, because you had to stock magic, of course, stupid me. But that being said, let's take the thing and go back. Yeah, we'll be doing a lot of that with the Gargants in this area, let me tell ya. Seriously, the amount of backtracking we have to do in this dungeon is insane. Add to that, I do have to go back to the first switch, and pull it again just to actually redirect the gargant back to the excavation site. Yeah, this is what I mean about this dungeon being annoying. And you're hearing the Gargant Roo music. It's only broken by various battles. Again, not one of my favorite Nobu Uematsu pieces from this game, to be honest. Which is a shame, because I do usually love his compositions. Seriously, in the Final Fantasy series. But not here, seemingly. But never mind, let's go further down here. And I believe, yep, I run into another battle, which is against some more abominations. So I'll just skip that and go to the next area, where I can actually, did she learn that other one? Shell, that's what she's learning. So can she learn shell? Can Dagger learn shell? No, she can't. Okay. Well, never mind, let's go on. Grab the thing there. Although the Multina racket will also be useful for another character who we're going to get very soon. I did say we will be getting a second white mage. So that being said, let's go up this way. And this time we'll go to the left because of the water there. Seriously, it's like you're riding on a roller coaster upside down permanently on those things. Except it doesn't go as fast as a roller coaster, I suppose. Can we go up here? Yes, we can. It seems I left this one in, so let's see what enemies we do get here. Okay, these are new. These, manta ray looking enemies are weak against fire, so yeah. And, they also inflict trouble on you. Like, how many enemies in this dungeon inflict trouble, I do not know, but yeah. Get the anointments, I guess. Yeah, we'll use fire. Especially since they use Blizzara. They're just asking for it now, aren't they? Now you heal up there, Dagger. Okay, so they come feather circles. Still look like manta rays to me, seriously. They're probably not the first ones that look like manta rays, I mean, but never mind, let's continue. And, fire if you will, Vivi. Okay, one of them's down, but a few more are still going. Trouble tail, yada yada yada. Again, with trouble, it doesn't take that much, although... Why am I using a potion, seriously? I don't need to, in that case. And I'm trying to get an ability. I think it's level 4 holy, if I can remember right. Because, yeah. Strangely enough, that's the only holy spell, other than maybe Cure on, like the undead, which we'll get to. We'll get a whole dungeon full of the undead pretty soon, actually. But for now, let's waste an item. I don't know why the anointments aren't working. They should be. After all, that does heal the trouble stages, but for whatever reason, no, unless it's silence that I've got on the thing, in which case it would be the echo screen I need to use on the Queen there. Okay, I was right, it was level 4 holy. Right, cure. Definitely cure. Yeah, we need our black mage in the game, thank you. Demi, that does about half of the thing. Yeah, we had a whole boss of it in Final Fantasy VIII, but yeah. Again, it doesn't kill you in this game, unlike Final Fantasy VII. But there we go. And heal up, there we go. And then, let's see. Nothing there. Let's go up here then, and that way, up the thingy. And there's another switch, that's switch number 4. Kind of left down number 3, but whatever. I'm gonna head to the right here. And now here, I'll take another gargant back up this way. And seemingly that will take us actually closer to the exit, believe it or not. Yeah, this is actually quite a short dungeon. If you want to go to the exit and don't want to find the Moogle that I do, but there you go. This takes us to a Lamia's Tiara, which is a really good accessory, actually. Yeah, I might get rid of the peridot on the dagger there. Mithril vest, again, decent for defense. Not so much for, see it. Not healing, the other thing. Ah, lost it. Clear-headed, I've already got that on, but yeah. I'm guessing I'm not using the Limius Tiara. What the hell? As for dagger, yeah, I'll use Cure on everyone. Why not? I'll use Cure on everyone and then go on. Go outside and pick a flower, Zidane. Seriously, there's nothing down there, so let's save the there. And I guess I'll be pulling switch number 4 again. Seriously, this is getting, well, it's not getting annoying. But it is rather annoying, this dungeon. At least commentating over it's not my favourite dungeon in the game. Not by a long shot, really. I think my favourite one is actually the one that's coming up. Now, I believe this affects the switch number 4 affects the gargant here, so let's see if I'm right. So we eat the flower. Yeah, there's a pretty decent system here, seriously, with the gargants. So what does the rightmost path take us to? Well, it takes us to, if we head up down here, to this area. This is actually close to where the exit is. However, the first thing I want to do here is not fall off, but actually, yes, I do want to fall off. What am I saying? Because that will take us to the excavate. Does it take us to the excavation site? Actually, no. It does take us to another area where we can ride the gargant at least. Let's see if I'm right then. Let's call him the big bug and seemingly go to the other end. And indeed, that drops us off here, which is actually where the excavation site is. Or more of it anyway. So yeah. And if we go towards where this guy is digging here, we can ask him for a pickaxe. It'll cost you a potion, which in this case we have plenty of. They only cost about 100 gil each. And where I want to dig is right here next to this rubble here, because that is where the Moogle Kupo is. You may well hear him try to say Kupo and eventually fall out, because he decided to bury himself in the wall for some reason. Seriously, there is a Moogle behind there. That will allow us to save and everything. Believe it or not, he's actually Kupo with 1p, brother from Alexandria. And we even get an achievement for that, seriously. Okay, well, I'll rest, and on the next episode, well, I will go to the, oh, great, I've forgotten now. The new continent, basically. I'll see you then. Goodbye. Oh, but before I do, oh, no, he has a letter, but never mind. I'll see you later.